history talking about 3 black women are now wearing the crowns of 3 major national pageants. Chesley Christ is the new Miss USA. The North Carolina attorney practices civil litigation and also represents prisoners in pro bono work. Kaylee Garris is Miss Teen USA 2019. During her competition, she ignored advice and proudly wore her natural curls to inspire self-confidence. Whoa, I like that self-confidence. You look happy there, Kaylee. And last September, New York's Nia Franklin was crowned Miss America 2019. The classically trained opera singer wants to break down racial stereotypes and advocate for equality in the arts. All 3 women join us together, only on CBS.
Yes, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, this is sort of, guys, like a trifecta of Black Girl Magic. It's so great to have all 3 of you here.
Well, it's great to be here.
I want to start with you, Chelsea, because you were the last winner.
Yes.
So did you realize when you were being crowned that this was really creating a historic moment?
No, that's the funny thing. I didn't even think about it until we started seeing posts on Instagram about, like, you know, there are 3 black queens who won the national, our respective national pageants. Until then, I just thought, like, there are 3 people who are incredibly deserving. Like, me and Nia know each other, and I've seen her compete before. And, you know, I wanted her to win when she competed at Miss America. And I watched Kaylee win, and I thought that she was incredibly deserving.
Not only do you and Nia know each other, you're Nia's attorney. We'll talk about that. Yeah, me and Nia know each other. But when you were looking at your picture, that you said, God, I get so nervous looking at that.
Yes, yeah, because I
Take us there.
Yeah, I didn't want to be nervous during the national pageant, so I kept trying to tell myself, like, you're not on national television right now. You're just in a small auditorium full of people. Your mom's right there.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to keep telling myself. So now when I see pictures, I think, wow, I was on national television. I miss USA. It's weird.
Yeah. Newsflash, you're still on national TV. You made the decision that you were going to show your natural hair. What went into that? Were you advised not to?
So growing up in pageantry, I would straighten my hair. It's just kind of what I did. I looked up to my mom a lot, and she had straight blonde hair, and I really wanted to embody the same characteristics, and I thought I had to do that physically. But as I grew up, I realized I can do that while being myself and still be powerful.
Your hair is stunning.
Thank you. So over time, I just embraced who I was. In pageantry, they tell you just to be yourself because the judges are just looking for your self-confidence. And so I did that by wearing my natural hair.
Wow. And Nia, for you, this started out as a way to get money, you said. You were
Yes.
trying to raise money. Why?
Well, my father was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma T cell cancer when I was freshman in college, and I ended up being his stem cell donor when I was a sophomore in 2013. But I was in grad school. I had my master's in music composition, and through this organization, I've been able to gain roughly $65,000 in scholarship money, and so I will be debt-free through this organization, and that is so important to me. And I think to all of us to have that type of opportunity, and I think that's the message that being Miss America sends.
Yeah, Miss America got rid of the swimsuit competition last year. Were you happy about that?
Well, I think that it was a good decision for now, but in the moment that we're in for our organization, I do a lot of different things, different events and appearances, and none of those include wearing a swimsuit for me personally. But what I do use is my talent. I sing opera at a lot of the different appearances. I use my composition skills and my master's degree, which is in music composition. And also, I do a lot with my scholarship money because I teach other girls that they can have that same access. And you don't have to win Miss America to gain a scholarship. You can even compete in a local like I did. I didn't win the first 2 years that I competed in the system, but I still had access to scholarship money and use that towards my loans.
And Chelsea, what do young women say when they come up to you and know that you're a winner?
Well, usually they've, like, fluffed my hair a couple of times. But most of them are just really excited. A lot of them talk about me being an attorney and how scary the legal profession can be sometimes, but how, you know, me being an attorney really inspires them to pursue careers in the legal industry.
And do you say go into law?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if you love it, go for it. You know, it's not easy being an attorney. I know that I've practiced for a year and a half.
Clients can be hell.
I've gotten an easy one over here, though. Yeah, so, I mean, it is really tough, but if you love it, you shouldn't let people stop you or you know, deter you from that.
Kaylee, you blew people away with your on-stage question. What was that?
So it had to do with that men say that having a lot of money on average is more important to them than it is for women. And so my answer was along the lines of, it's less important for women because we know that we are empowered, that no matter who we talk to, what job we have, we're so confident in ourselves and don't need a ton of money to be successful.
People look at that like, whoa. But what does this mean, guys? What does this moment mean to you, to the rest of the country watching, that you have at the first time 3 black women in the top pageants as winners in 2009. What does it mean?
It's symbolic, I think, and it sends a message across the world, really, that you can be anything you want to be, and there doesn't have to just be one of us at a time up here. It can be all, and I think it showcases diversity as well. So it's great to have started this in September and not even being aware of that, and then to have Chesley join me and Kaylee, it's just, we're going to have a great year.
For you, Chesley?
I think it's the same, but I think it's also a reminder of how far we have to go. I believe when Ursula Burns was no longer the CEO of Xerox, there are no more black female CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, and that is an unfortunate statistic to know. So I think this celebration or this landmark should really be celebrated, but it's also a reminder like we have a lot to do.
Still working.
You are all women that younger women now look up to. Kaylee, you mentioned your mom was a role model, but who else were role models for you coming up?
Well, my grandmother, for one, she is a very proud African-American woman, and she always taught me to be myself. And also my dad, being African-American himself, and me being a mama's girl, he always tried to push his influence on me, and I really appreciate that now as I'm older.
And what does this moment mean for you? We heard from the other two. I'm curious for you.
It means
the youngest.
It means a lot. I'm a teenager. I don't know. I have all these influencers that I look up to on social media. Now I'm getting messages from moms of biracial kids and kids themselves that are biracial and girls that are scared to wear their hair naturally, and them saying that I have been a big influence in their lives and that they're going to start wearing their hair naturally, or that they're more proud to just be themselves. It's just, it fills my heart with joy.
Yeah, there is something called to people say, I want to look like Kaylee.
I want to look like Kaylee.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Makes us all very proud.
Kaylee and Nia, thank you so much for being here. As we like to say, Gail, only on CBS this morning. First on CBS this morning. Thank you. Simple Choices.